我觉得台湾的媒体是，我觉得他们报道蛮诚实的，就是有几例就爆出来，然后，也，然后那些得病的人，他们也就是匿名，就不会造成人民恐慌，我觉得这很好的。台湾现在口罩越来越好买，但是刚开始的时候，就在过年那个时候，然后口罩是完全买不到，就是你可能还要排队，或是你可能还要拿号码牌。对
Hello，我叫盛玲，然后我在台中读书，
什么大学？
静宜大学。我觉得还算好吧，就是现在台湾的媒体就是每天都会报道，就是确诊人数，确诊数量啊，然后呢，他们因为什么而确诊，或是很多就是境外本土的，他们都分得很清楚，我觉得还蛮好的。就是台湾不是说就是台湾是防疫最好的，就是目前防疫最好的一个国家，所以我觉得300多人应该是对我们台湾来讲应该也算多了，但是就是应该是有余福报的。
It's Barry, and I'm currently studying at University at Buffalo. I think the media in Taiwan is phrasing the coronavirus pretty properly, and it's pretty appropriate because, you know, Taiwan has its own unique thoughts about it, and I think it's pretty good.
我叫王真，我读长隆大学。我是觉得还好，但我觉得台湾疫情目前是控制的，我觉得还不错其他国家其实也不知道到底是怎么样这样。
我觉得防疫的部分，我觉得台湾做的蛮好的，就是因为我觉得台湾亚洲人的这病毒的危机意识比较高，而且亚洲人我觉得又比较洁癖一点，所以台湾我觉得台湾防疫做的蛮好，可是国外的话，我觉得可以少一点，怎么讲？
肢体接触。
少一点。
像欧洲，他们都会拥抱亲。
对。可是但是他们的就跟他们的民俗性又有关系，所以这又说要改又很难说马上就改掉。可是我觉得可以先从习惯戴口罩开始，因为我今天看新闻就是有发现，他们说欧美人从小根深蒂固的观念是只有生病的人才需要戴口罩，然后可是亚洲人会保护自己或是遮丑，所以会从前就有戴口罩的习惯。就他们可能会在路上看到戴口罩的亚洲人，可能就会看到就会觉得他是不是得病还是怎么样，对他们攻击或是言语或是肢体上的攻击都有可能，所以我觉得这个部分可以改善，就可以不用这么激动。
They try to report a lot about the world situation. I feel like in the US they kind of mainly just discuss their like own issues and stuff because like it's really serious right now. And most of the time Taiwan news they will talk a lot about like the US and like China mainly. I feel like they try to compare ourselves with China. I like to talk a lot about the WHO thing, of course. Yeah. Somehow.
My name is Connie, and I'm currently studying in University of Technology in Sydney.
好奇每一个国家的，就是居家检疫的状况。然后台湾媒体真的都不报别的国家怎么好，就是台湾就是一直说什么自己很好，然后他都不报别人好不好，他都只报别人不好的地方。
There is like a phenomenon now that Taiwanese local people tend to dislike people who came back from like Taiwanese who came back from Taiwan from overseas. And they think they'll have the thoughts that whoever come back from overseas will bring the virus to Taiwan. It's most of the cases now are indeed from overseas. I don't think you should put that sort of prejudice on others.
So I'm Chloe. I'm currently living in New York City. I mean, before the coronavirus, and I'm a student in Fordham Gabelli School of Business. I would say they are doing a really good job since they really want to prevent it. And I would say that's why we don't have too many confirmed cases compared to other countries. But at the same time, I think they are too like overreacting. I know it's a serious virus. It can cause a lot of things. However, now on all not just like news reports, newspaper, but also TV shows and ads, they are just all talking about it, say like, oh, you shouldn't go to the public, you shouldn't do like many things, you should always wear a mask. However, I kind of doubt that like if it's necessary, because you can just make everyone being so stressed and pressure, such as like my family, my parents, and also my friends' parents. I feel like they are really like, oh, if you go out and stay in public, you will get that. And I don't think it's necessarily correlated. Yes, I think so. And I feel like I can understand why they do it, because in their own country, of course, they are under really like severe situation. However, I would say since now it's like a global issue already, I feel like they shouldn't like continue attacking each other, because you have to know like now it's like if you take a flight you can go to other countries, so it's not like you take good care of your country then you're safe.
I'm Tiffany. I'm from Kaohsiung, and I'm a senior high school student, and I'm 17 years old now.
我是他的同学。
I'm not really sure about what they say is true or not. But one thing can be surely is the disease is getting worse every day.
这一次我觉得他这一次比较好，是他每天都有及时的更新，说我们现在的资讯还是什么。虽然会为了怕造成恐慌，隐匿地点还是怎么的，只不过我觉得这一次的不管是更新还是每天的新闻直播，我觉得做得很好。
我觉得可以再多报一点其他国家的真实，就是真实性可以再高一点，就是不是只是说台湾有多好，台湾有多好，对，国际观太少。
那一如往常的，就是虽然口中说的那个政治归政治，但是依旧是用着以武汉病毒为缘由，一直去做政治之间的角力。对。
Hello everyone, my name is Chloe and I studied at Windsor Arslan University, and I'm now like I'm 20 years old, and yeah, that's all. I think that the news is broadcasting the same thing constantly. Like every day, the cases are different. The number of the cases are different every day, but the things they are talking about is basically the same. At the beginning, I watched news every single day. Like I even Googled it, like how's the coronavirus in Taiwan? I'm like that. But right now I'm getting used to it, like because I know that the cases will be more. It will not be less, it will only be more. So I think that people need to really not get used to. It's like you have to realize like this kind of situation and these cases are only getting serious, except we have the vaccine. Like if we have the vaccine, then everything is okay, but right now the situation is getting really, really serious around the country. So I think also the media in Taiwan, they only focuses on things like really bad and inside Taiwan. I'm not saying that it's bad for the media to do things like that. I'm just saying that maybe they should broadcast something more useful. Like maybe they can say that people found solutions, some little tiny solutions about these things,
like
or
more positive stuff.
Yeah, more positive stuff. Like just don't give me the same thing over and over again, because I know that when you watch
news like 5 hours a day, 4 hours a day, you will find out that everything is basically the same. Like they're giving you the same things, and then you stuck these things into your mind and you freak out easily because they are just giving you the negative things. Like, oh, today we have like 100 cases. Today we're having 10 cases. Oh, today we're having 3 cases. It's a good thing. Then your mind will be, controlled by the media.
Brainwash.
Yeah, sort of like that, because the media say so, and then you think so. So, no. I think they focus on something. Like, it's maybe. I'm not saying they are doing this. I'm just saying that I think that they focus something on purpose. Like, they don't really focus on the solution. They only focus on, at the beginning of the coronavirus, what do you know what we focus on the most? The condition in China.
No.
Why do you focus the condition in China when you're living in Taiwan? I'm like, oh, what? And now at the time we're having like 1 diagnosed cases in Taiwan, and then everyone is looking. I'm not saying I'm not looking, but I'm saying that when you're living in Taiwan, just focus something in Taiwan, especially this coronavirus. I'm not saying that when you're something related to political, something related to the world, then you should go see the world news, see the BBC, CNN, and something like that. I'm not so sure. But when you're focusing on the coronavirus, you have to focus on real deal. Like, you have to focus on how governments solve this problem, what the policy is. Just stop focusing on the negative things in the outer country, because when you see the negative things outside the country, do you feel joy? Do you think that gives you satisfaction? It's no. Like, when you see this kind of things, you just think it gave you it just freaks you out.
Negative impact on yourself?
Yeah, just sort of like that. I'm just saying that if you're living in Taiwan, focus something on Taiwan, especially the coronavirus. Think about what you can do for your family, for your friends, for your neighbors, for the entire
community.
The people in hospital. Maybe stop going out, dude. I'm like, get serious. Like, if you really care about Taiwan, stop going out. Things like that. You can't keep neglecting the regulation of Taiwan government. You can see, and I know that some people in Taiwan, they think that they will have, I don't know what their thought about, I don't know what their value is, but they think that when they see the negative things in China, it will give you like a pleasure. Like, they will think that, oh, the China treated us so bad, and now they're having they will think it's kind of a revenge. I'm like, dude, just don't. Right now, the most serious thing is the revenge is not important anymore. The most important thing is that if the situation is getting better in China, it will be better, in the world. But obviously, not a lot of people think of that. They just want to see the Chinese people suffer, maybe. Mm-hmm.
你好，我是中国大陆的一名初3的学生。
我是他的姐姐，我叫陈依晨，叫裘玉凡。
哦，中国在这一次就是在最开始爆发的时候，其实处理的没有特别的快速和反应及时，但是在后面的改善的时候是做的是非常好的，很迅速的，那个什么火神山医院就建好了。
对。
然后，但是对于学生来说的话，然后就是体验了一次网课嘛，然后
很爽。
然后其实就像是如果未来制度在那个完善一点的话，其实就是未来的上课方式。
Hi, I'm Ali, and I go to the University of Tampa. I am a senior, and I graduate this fall. Social media right now with the whole coronavirus, there's a lot of misinformation. Everybody's just talking about like little things that are not true, like the symptoms and stuff. And I feel like it's a good thing and a bad thing, because without social media, we wouldn't know like what's going on because of social distancing. We have to stay home. So how are we going to know what's happening right now with the coronavirus? But there is like a downfall to social media and misinformation.
Hi, my name is Chris. I'm from Chile University. 其实我觉得目前台湾媒体大部分的看法都是站在美国的立场，对，也就是有点就是 感觉就是立场是以美国为主，但是完全没有以就是其他国家像欧洲啊那些国家的对这个疫情的看法去做解释，而是完全就是只听美国的讲法而已，就完全没有自己的想法。
Hello, I'm Anna Ruskova, and I'm junior psychology major, and I go to the new school.
Sometimes it is causing fear, especially like the TV programs, TV news, TV programs that, that are like in my country. They sometimes can cause fear, or like uncertainty. Like they always say that we have to be critical thinkers and to really analyze what we learn from news. And I guess today is a critical time in this sense, because I really have to either trust the news and social media, or I have to analyze and think, is it really true? How can I make some conclusions, like and make right decisions? I feel like social media is also helpful for us to learn how things are in other countries, to talk to people we know from other countries. I think it's really helpful for us to understand better the situation in another country, and also be mindful.
So I'm Oliver. I'm from New York, and I'm a senior at NYU. I guess most of the term I've seen is either the coronavirus or COVID-19, except for President Trump's tweet. I think most people are conscious about the implications of their language and are conscious about it. So I think overall, it's not the most hostile social media environment, I've been in.
I'm pretty satisfied with how everyone has been applauding Taiwan for taking good prevention measurements, but however, at the same time, I'm actually pretty mad at a report from BBC a few days ago where a British couple came to Taiwan during the outbreak, and which Taiwanese government has required them to be quarantined for 14 days. And when the British couple were not, they did not accept the fact that they have to pay. The government actually supported them where they only have to pay $8 a day for just living in a shelter, as well as providing them food. But then the British couple went on to their parents, and which eventually their parents reported on BBC that described Taiwanese quarantine situation as jailing, which I think makes total nonsense, just because Taiwan has been being really considerate of people, and they were only doing it for the goods of people, and I don't see a reason why they actually owed the couple when they really didn't really have to support them, when they should have been the ones that are paying for a good hotel room if they really want to have a good living condition.
台湾媒体啊，台湾这个岛屿哈，说实在的，媒体是跟着政治走，谁当政，媒体就跟着谁走。也说实在的，媒体是一个很现实的一个东西。那乱源也是媒体来的。如果媒体不报道，人民不会有这么得知这些知识。那所谓的善知识，就要靠媒体。那从我们日常生活中，在台湾的媒体，像新闻有24小时一直连播，有好几个媒体，你会发现到都是什么？政治的恶斗，个人的利益，没有所谓的爱，也没有包容。这些为什么不报？不是没有，是有，因为报出来，人民看了没有争议，就没人要看。那好的电视台有没有？有，像 Good 的宗教，基督教的 的电视台，甚至大爱的电视台，为什么没有那么多人看？就是因为他们有争议，那会看的人还是那些人，那不会去看的人就喜欢看争议性的节目。那因为媒体把我们这些老百姓看久了，脑袋就会被洗掉，把正确的观念变成误导，啊，这是人类最可怕的，所以媒体要负很大的责任。
这个人也很奇怪啊，明明 Good TV 什么啊大爱电视台，但是大家对那个他不让你播跌宕起伏心情的哦。像那个为什么那些有些那种很渲染的媒体干嘛，很多人看，他可能也是抓住这些我们大陆老百姓这种心，
刺激啊，啊，太过平静的东西没人要看啊，
没人看对，
他就刺激有争议，那会把激起内心的那种愤怒。
这平平安安没事的，真的大家就没事，就偏要搞一些事情，入戏。你就开心了，这也是自己啊，我们自己对，所以就是共业，真的，怪不了别人。你看你自己平时看一些什么，爱什么样的节目，包括这次我平时这次也弄到我自己会去看一下，哎呀哪里灾情哪里灾情，像原先我也不看这些的，对不对？就是这样，应该还是要调整一下自己，别关注这些，对呀，不要太关注了。
我觉得身为一个亚洲人，然后我可以想象，就是在如果在美国的亚洲人，他们一定是会备受歧视，因为他说一个 Chinese virus， 就是一种种族歧视的言语，我觉得是不太好的。
那你知道，就是在国外，就是有一些人就是
我有听说就是他们被欺负。
那你对于这样子有什么样的看法？就是他们被欺负？
我觉得川普就是要道歉。
我觉得美国疫情会很严重，有可能是因为他们民族性的关系，就他们天生比较乐观一点，还有他们没有戴口罩的习惯，然后而且川普本身又是一个更乐观的个性，就觉得没关系，不会怎样。我觉得他刻意把稿子改成那样，就算是歧视的一种。对，这次疫情好像影响到蛮多在国外的台湾留学生，亚洲留学生。对，因为他们很常在路上被攻击还是什么。
我觉得应该就跟他讲的一样吧，中国的错。
实话实说。
安娜，很贴切啊，就中国病毒啊。
对啊，中国病毒啊。
川普也就是那种，对，就是那种人，所以其实没有多大的想法，就是那只是他个人的看法，跟其实没办法代表其他美国人的立场。说真的，而且因为世卫组织就已经把它定成那个冠状病毒，所以其实这样子叫很容易混淆别人。
Really a no-no. Oh, come it's a Chinese virus. There's a name. It's coronavirus. Why do you call it the Chinese virus? We never call something American virus or something. It's just racism. And not only in the US, but in Europe, a lot of people, they start to do racism thing. Like I heard that people wear masks on the train or on the bus and they'll get punished or get punched. I feel like because of this thing, it makes the racism really getting worse. I've heard a lot of friends, they really got attacked because they were wearing mask or because they're just Asian. He was walking his dog on the street, and because he's wearing mask, or not sure if it's because he's wearing mask or he just looks Asian, and people were just yelling at him, or when he's driving in the car and people scroll down their window and say, "Oh, Chinese virus" to them.
The virus was first called Wuhan virus, and then it's coronavirus or COVID-19, but actually I've never heard others calling it Chinese virus except him. Chinese people are innocent, and I feel like addressing the virus Chinese is not, I don't think it's politically correct. I live in Sydney, and Sydney is a very multi-diverse it has a kind of culture that's multi-diverse. And from what I can tell, because I work in the retail industry, so I will face a lot of different like customers from different backgrounds, and I think they're all really nice to like Asians. So, but I did see some news online where like I see like news online, but they're not like targeting at Asians. It's just people who cough or like they're, I think they're just like panic or towards people that's like panic buying or like showing any like panic behaviors. So basically towards Asians. I feel like from my perspective, I think a lot of people just see him as a joke now. It's not only Asians, but like a lot of my European or like friends from Middle East, they think they don't take Trump as serious. So whatever he says is not directly, will not directly impact the world. I have our critical and independent thinking. So what he says does not cover like everyone else's opinions.
I would say I understand what he say because right now we think the virus is from Wuhan, China. However, I don't think he can just say that because when he say Chinese, I don't identify as just China. I would say, for example, those like Chinese immigrants in the US, even though they are not Chinese citizen, they still identify themselves as China. So as Trump, like the leader of the United States, I don't think it's proper for him to say that, even though I understand he must feel really upset right now. As we can see now, like so many countries, they are kind of, they just can't control it. And also like many countries, they just don't want any foreign visitors. So I think it would be a really big problem. I mean, it is now because, for example, like my friend, he has US passport, his US citizen, however, he's still Chinese. Like his family are in China, but now he just can't go anywhere. He can stay with his family and he can only stay in his own apartment in New York. And I think this is like one problem. The other problem is like, I know many people right now in some countries, they just don't know what to do. Even their government, they don't know how to solve the problem. They ask other countries for help. However, I don't think there are many countries right now that can help others. I think it is definitely. However, I would say it's not just about the Chinese virus. It's also about, like in the beginning they say, oh, you shouldn't wear a mask. If you wear a mask, you are sick. But as our understanding, we think wearing a mask is to protect ourselves and protect others. And I think like all the misunderstandings start from then. First and most important is that stop being racist, and also maybe start to listen from some other point of views from other people. Like for now, some people think you shouldn't wear, just like I said, you shouldn't wear a mask, and some people think you should wear a mask to protect yourself. And also like some stuff like if you should do grocery yourself in person, or you should just stay home, be safe, and find other ways to get it, stuff like that.
I think what he said is making racial discrimination worse every day, and people around the world will be like get hurt every day. Like one of my English teacher in crime school, he said one of his friend was in the supermarket in California, and there was some like people like going to hit him.
Oh, then what happened after it?
Thanks to he go to the gym mostly, so he got some muscles and he just take up the shopping cart and throw it at them.
可以理解他的愤怒，只不过可能在他，因为他是位置很高的一个人，所以我觉得这样子做的话，可能不够客观，或者是可能容易挑起对立还是什么的。
I think it will make people panic, but on the other hand, it make the environment more like better.
我觉得可能会造成对立更加的多，可是就我的观点来看，我是蛮喜欢的。
其实也好啦，也没有什么感觉啊，就是觉得可能川普觉得，因为他就是从武汉出来的病毒，所以他可能才会讲说是 Chinese virus。那如果如果是从其他地方的病毒出来，他应该也是会讲那个国家的病毒。所以我觉得川普应该没有想要特别去讲什么。我觉得川普本来就是一个很疯狂的人啊，所以他讨厌中国吧，所以就把它改成中国。
不算啊，因为他们只是纯粹分辨不出来中国跟台湾而已，应该算是无意吧。因为其实美国也知道台湾跟中国是不一样的东西啊。只是那是因为他们其他人会分辨不出来说，那这个是中国人还是说这个是台湾人这样。这个其实很多国家都这样。我觉得就不会不道德啊，就只实话实说啊。
觉得不只是川普，可能美国人的意识都是，就他们意识都觉得说自己好像，就是他觉得我们亚洲人体虚，就是需要看病，他们自己好像就是会自己好。可是我觉得，就是那只适用于一般的感冒，就是在这次是病毒，所以他们不能用传统观念来防疫，那会大失败，就像现在的惨状。对，我觉得他们就是自我意识太高，然后就是不要吝啬于去向小国家学习，就是还是很多小国家的优点是他们可以学习。种族歧视是种族歧视啊，可是也避免不了吧，就是再怎么样的，就是何况是你我都会种族歧视，更何况是一个总统。我觉得这次总统还要再检讨自己的行为，就是他，因为他是一个有领导力的人物，就是他的每一句话都是会影响社会的，就是他应该要再检视自己，就是不可以说美国是强国，他就可以这样歧视其他人。
就是如果作为一个普通人而言，这样讲是没有，因为每个人都有发表自己言论的自由。可是作为一国的总统，他这样的言论其实对于解决问题没有任何的用处，可能还会造成冲突，是比较不恰当的。因为他毕竟是一个领导者，所以有一些人还会以他的话作为一个方向，所以对于一些亚裔的人士，他们可能会因此被歧视。
I think it's a little bit inappropriate because you shouldn't just stated it as Chinese virus because it's from Wuhan. Like people are talking about it, it's from Wuhan, but I think personally it's okay to call it Wuhan virus, but Chinese virus it's a little bit racist. So I think it's more proper to call it Wuhan virus or coronavirus.
I don't know Trump. I don't know any political status of America. I just want to say that this phrases of Chinese virus is not really appropriate for a president to say. Like you're the leader of the country and you're saying things like that. Are you subconsciously telling American people this is okay to bully Asian people? No, like there are, I don't know how many Asian people are in America and Europe country. Do you know how serious this problem is? Because at the beginning of the coronavirus, at the beginning, nobody thinks that Asian people are a virus, like they will not treat it differently. But right now, when the situation is really the virus is exploding in America, and then they will think that, oh, it's all about the Asian people. They will not think about their own. Like they will not think something like, oh, maybe we didn't do the protection good enough. You know, sometimes it's easier for us to blame other people than blame ourselves. Sometimes it's like that. So I think that the foreigners, they don't really know how to differentiate people from Japan, people from Korea, people from Vietnam sometimes. They don't really know which country you're from. If you're looking like Chinese, they will do the same thing to you. So if you're saying that Chinese virus, some people will think that, oh, it's good because this virus really comes from China. But it doesn't mean that. Chinese virus means something like, if you know how to speak Chinese, you're Chinese. Like, I think the intention of this coronavirus phrases is like that. So for Taiwanese people, when you go outside, you know you are so close to China, and your passport, you're having like Republic of China, I think. You're not saying, yeah, we have a little word like Taiwan, but you know, when people see China, they will think you are the Chinese virus. So it's not really appropriate for a president to say something like that, because you know about the discrimination and the racism. It's already very serious outside. And the thing that Trump should do is to reduce the impact of this kind of discrimination, but he didn't. He says something like, yeah, Chinese virus. I'm just saying that about this virus, just don't generalize every people, like people from Japan, people from Korea, people from Taiwan, you know, especially people from Taiwan, because I know a lot of my friends who went to Turkey, and then the people there weren't really good to her. Like when she went on the street, and then people shouted at her like coronavirus, and then it's because she was a girl, so they didn't hit her or something. But if today my friend is a boy or something, maybe they would just bullied her, you know, punch her or something on the street. We saw that kind of news articles.
I feel that it's kind of inaccurate. Although allegedly they come from China, I just feel like everyone in the world has it right now. So we can't really discriminate because the country with the largest virus intake is the US. So you could be calling it the US virus. So I just feel like you're now discriminating, while basically in China, I feel like everybody, and they said that China, it had a lockdown and it's kind of cured, but the US has the most intake. So I just feel like his comment was racist.
I'm not sure I remember the whole speech, but I know that he mentioned that, and I don't think it's the right thing to refer to the virus as Chinese virus. I don't think it's right. It's the virus has a name, and yeah, I'm not sure why he did it.
I think Trump's description of Chinese virus is purely dumb, and it's only for the act of being racist, because no one really took blame on America or Mexico when H1N1 had an outbreak. I personally was tested positive for H1N1. I never really blamed on America. It was only because no one in the world has been did a good job on preventing the issue that started this outbreak. And especially I feel like China in this sense actually did a pretty good job in preventing and stopping the virus, because they had a whole complete lockdown of the country. And the only reason it continued this outbreak was because a lot of people from the Western world really didn't care about this virus, and probably thought the only reason it had an outbreak was because they just think the Asian healthcare weren't good, when really the people that have been spreading in Italy or in America or in the rest of the world was from people from their own country, and they just didn't know they carried the virus, and they weren't careful enough to prevent it from spreading it to other people.
It's a little obnoxious and childish. It's like not a effective move in any sense. Like, if you want to accuse China of being responsible for the global outbreak, what you need is evidence and I guess more logical arguments. And I don't think changing that term by itself without anything to support the claim would help with this argument. and and it has obviously it has some controversy associated with it. I didn't see that as necessary.
就是觉得可以理解
啊，
不嘛，就是稍微有点赞同吧，差不多吧，因为毕竟是外国的，然后本来也是毫不相干的，突然呢自己国家这个也有了这么大的一个东西，
然后
就
最开始
确实肯定是会有那种责怪的那种感觉。
然后关于是我们不是关于是中国传出来这个病毒，我是觉得虽然说就是它这么断言是中国病毒，会让人感觉到有点感觉到的不舒服，但是我也觉得是比较理解的，因为就是如果我是别的国家的，然后一开始这个病毒确实是最开始就是美国中国武汉那边，然后搞得武汉封城，然后搞得我们国家的人就是死了那么多，那我们就是肯定要是我的话，我肯定也会第一时间就是觉得中国的处理不当，然后是中国的病毒，就是会挺生气的吧。确实就是它不是我们中国的病毒的话，但是也是从中国这样子扩散出去，就感觉确实是会让别的国家的人就是会不满这个状况。因为我想自己如果是别的国家人，也会对这个状况非常的不满意。我之前看他好像是他说还说是这个，他就也不是很重视这个病毒，就说一开始还说是流感什么的。
对啊。
然后现在好像美国人说已经反超中国了，他不重视
而且对
美国人民的生命。
对记者询问他时候还对记者那个怎么说嘛？就是比较生气，就是会怼回去怼记者。
对，我就是有说什么，川普现在是不是还呼吁大家尽早复工嘛？
对。
对，然后我就看一个人的报道分析说，是因为他希望就是他可以连任，然后但是一个美国总统连任的就是标准就是能维持美国的经济很好，还是怎么样的？然后他又说，然后那个人又一个报道分析说，就是美国的人大部分就是积蓄是很少的，就是他们说可能撑不过，就是这个疫情这个封闭在家可能就撑不过去了，然后到时候可能会给经济造成很大的影响。然后所以希望就是然后就说川普可能就是他是一个合格的商人，但是不是一个合格的政治家。就是很多都很异化，然后也没有考虑到很多问题的因素吧。然后我也觉得就是这样子可能不太妥当。就算是他为了是美国的经济，但是他没有重视，就是他们国家的人的生命。就是因为他一开始就没有，他一开始是知道这个病毒的严重性，但是他一开始只是说是流感，然后就是不希望美国的，就是不希望他们就是国家的人去。就是停工，不工作，因为这样子会给经济造成影响。然后就感觉不太重视就是人的生命吧，就是很利益，就是为了国家的经济或者为他个人的利益。对。然后
疫情方面，我觉得是还好，因为发源地是亚洲嘛，所以我觉得亚洲跟亚洲人之间会比较少这种互动。可是在国外你会很常看到面孔不一样，就会马上被认出来。所以在路上你不会知道这是中国人，这是韩国人，这是日本人，就会去攻击他什么之类的。
That's the fact why people are so angry about this Chinese virus, because it not only affects Chinese people but all the Asians.
Now, I think if the virus is under control, maybe things will get better. But I'm not sure because I know like the virus is just for a period of the time, but people's mind is like it can last for like years, forever. Yeah, you can really control your mind.
I think we have to decline what Trump said, the Chinese virus. It will just make the inflection worse. So and people should do like proper precaution every day.
虽然说我们人民可能没有办法做什么很直接的帮助，但可以在网络上面减少一些谩骂舆论，然后多一些关心的声音。然后我也蛮支持这一次台湾有捐1000万的口罩到外国，因为它是秉持在台湾的外交原则，就是台湾 can help。所以我觉得在可以保护自己的情况下，就是可以做出人道救援的话，那是 OK 的。
嗯哼，会超级影响的嘛。现在美国感觉就很排斥亚洲人，因为不管是什么台湾人什么，只要你就是可能跟中国有关，或是你跟中国很像的人，他就会很排斥你。所以我觉得这个还蛮有影响的。就是我觉得我们亚洲人也不能干嘛，毕竟美国是一个就是强权国家，他要这样说，你也没办法反驳什么，然后呢，你也没办法改变什么，所以就少去点美国的国家吧。道德哦，我觉得可能我不知道他到底是有心无心想要把就是中国人跟亚洲人并在一起还是怎样，但是我就觉得就是你本来它是一个从中国出来的病毒，但是你把它一讲成 Chinese virus 的时候，这些人就是所有的亚洲人都被你就是统整为同一种人，然后呢就都被排挤然后排斥，我就觉得这样有一点不太 OK。
多少还是会吧，可是就是还是把自己做好，应该就还好吧。嗯哼，对啊，就当做跟其他的国家交流。嗯哼，卫教做好，就是最基本的是出门跟回家都要先洗手，然后消毒嘛，然后到公共场合就是要戴口罩。啊，这是基本的做好，其实就可以防疫大部分的东西了。这应该大家都讲一样啊。对啊，因为可能他们没有戴口罩的习惯吧。就当时候大家戴口罩，他们还觉得说戴口罩很奇怪，为什么要戴口罩这样？
算，应该是选择合作，就是能够有物资的话，可以互相帮忙。然后当那个研究有新发展的时候，可以互相的去相互沟通嘛，就是能够一起去研究这个病毒，然后尽早开发出一些药物吧。
It's bad because when you come to Taiwan, you will never see this kind of things happen to foreigners. Like we will never punch foreigners. It's not because that they are tall or they are strong, something like that. It's because that we respect each other's culture. And even though we really don't like him or her, we will not do such things like that because we know our boundaries. We have our own values. And I know that Taiwanese people sometimes bully Taiwanese people, but that's because we are in the same country, and it's easier for us to solve it because we have the same rule. But you know, when you hit a foreigner and the rule are different, you know what I mean? Yeah. So no, it's about like when you really do such things to a person, I was started to wonder whether this kind of whether Americans are having enough realization about this kind of things, because when you do such things to people, that means that you are not better than that. You are the kind of people who bullies others. So it doesn't, when you do such things to other people, it doesn't make you stronger. It just makes you seem like weaker, like a shit. If you have respect to other people, then you will treat them fairly. Like when you treat American people and you treat Taiwanese people, you will not treat them unequally because you respect them. You respect every culture, you respect every human rights. That's the most important things, I think. So yeah, I'm not actually for people like me, I studied at Wenzhou, and there were a lot of foreigners in Wenzhou, and I talk to foreigners, I have fun with them, I hang out with them, but there weren't a lot of foreigners like really racist. But when I go to Germany, and I met one girl, and she is unbelievable. She was unbelievable.
有一些软件，然后包括那个哔哩哔哩，就是一个 看动漫，中国看动漫，然后就是已经有上面有看到一些说中国华人的商店在美国被砸了，然后或者是就是有人被打了，然后或者是被抢劫，还有就是那种就是华人给他的那个外国邻居送口罩，然后有些人可能会觉得这是你应该做的，因为就是觉得我买不到口罩，然后你买到口罩就是你买到了我买到的东西，然后反正就也就是也不会不会有感谢的那种，不会有感谢，对，不会有感谢的想法，会觉得这是你应该做的，对，就挺生气的，对吧？
这就是
不太理智，
真的就是那种
没有必要，
对，有种不理智，真不理智，
对，不太理智，
牵连，这是牵连。觉得是本身就有歧视的这个方面的话，就是没有特别的管理好，对，然后再加上人家总统还特意加强了这个
概念，就是等于差不多政府承认你可以去拥有歧视那个华人的权利，然后也默认了这个是华人他们那边国家弄出来的病毒，然后要针对他们，那么他们就可以更加理直气壮的去针对那些华人，可能其实本来就有吧，但是就是被那个总统这么一说的话，可能就更加的可以理直气壮，就说我们国家的就是最高的领导人应该不是吧，就是对我们国家的总统都发话了，是他们国家的病毒，他们弄出来他们的阴谋什么的，那我们肯定就算你没有歧视这个念头，你也会被这番话弄的，就是可能会在意那些华人就是不好的事情吧。我觉得不算太道德，
确实不太道德，
就是
因为互相可以都是，毕竟都是人类嘛，那要不都是
因为它是病毒会，反正而且它是
威胁着人类安全的嘛，那就算了，那就别那么互相针对了。
对呀，在这种时候就不应该去搞那种什么经济啊、趁机什么别的，就应该一起去先想办法尽快解决掉这个疫情的问题。
Trump's comment has impacted people, especially Asian people, because his words, first of all, he's a leader, and he's the leader of the most, to me, the most powerful country in the world, which is the US. So now the fact that the leader of the free world is talking about a specific group, it's basically, to me, it's hate speech. And now your speech is causing other people to get beaten in the streets, to get killed and bullied. So right now I feel like his comments really have affected Asian people negatively, and it's not right.
对，应该不算有道德，因为他毕竟是美国总统，那他应该要说，符合他那个职位该说的话，这样子，还有风度。原本有些人就真的带有歧视，只是川普是做个煽风点火的动作而已，对，所以其实是我认为是川普鼓励他们去真正就是公开的歧视他们，我觉得会有这样的影响。他如果讲了中国病毒这个名称的话，可能但影响最大的还是中国人。但虽然说那个冠状病毒真是从中国出来，但也不一定就是需要有他们的人民这样子，可能被他这样讲一讲就会受到歧视什么的。像现在非洲人在中国也是都受到很多歧视，就很多类似这样子发生。好像说是因为非洲跟印度是接下来可能疫情会大爆发的区域，对，因为他们那边的医疗资源没有那么好，对，所以可能中国人可能会觉得他们那边的疫情会蛮恐怖这样，对，大概类似这样。
I think it impacted people. I think a lot of people were a lot of people were angry. That's like the idea that I got, that a lot of people who I know, they were angry. They were they disagree, and I think actually I think a lot of people were offended by it, and I guess I know that the whole situation with coronavirus raised some like issues of racism and yeah, like all over the world. With the whole issue of racism and disrespect, I think this whole thing applies to it, and I guess it just we can see it in our modern world as we can see it in the past. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why this is happening, but there are a lot of cases that we hear from news about, like situations like 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 these. Like why would you do that? Like, and I mean it is disturbing.
Most of the people I've been in contact with around the world have been criticizing his rhetoric. So yeah, I don't think he has that much of an influence on people around the world. Yeah. 其实亚洲国家，尤其是中国，肯定就是不管美国哪一个总统都不会很喜欢他。那现在欧洲对他的态度又是说就也没有很喜欢他，所以其实就只有他现在这个共和党选民有在，就是他有可以就是得到一些比较怎么说偏激的共和党选民的支持。但是我觉得在世界范围内，就是除了他的那个票仓之外，好像我是觉得好像没有人太去屌他。Yeah, I guess you could argue that is, I guess employing possibly racist terminology for his political gain. So I wouldn't say it's absolutely moral.
美国说中国病毒，其实不应该这样讲，他从武汉出来可以说武汉病毒，不能说中国病毒。那我们现在医学很多东西都是从一个城市或者从一个国家，比如说日本脑炎，也是日本来的，德国麻疹从哪里来？德国，对不对？对。所以说，你说这是中国的病毒吗？也不一定，因为它的缘起是从中国发现的，所以说你说这是中国人的错吗？不一定，病毒早就在这个世界里面，就在蝙蝠身上那么多了，那只是因为我们中国人的饮食文化不同，才会把这个病毒给带出来。那有些宗教系的人士，他就认为说，提倡吃素就不会有今天这种问题。但是今天事情发生了，也只有爱与包容，这才能解决这个问题。对。这个世界已经跟以前不一样。那你说种族方面，你说我去美国会不会怕？我当然会怕。为什么？从在几世纪以前，美国人就对黑人就已经有种族歧视，因为有的林肯也不尽然就结束了，只是比较少。何况我们黄种人，他哪有可能不歧视？也是会。但人在理智上有知识的素养的时候，常常会告诫自己不应该这样子。但是当世界在动乱的时候，所有的理智就没了，那人类的兽性就表露无遗，像杀人啊、抢啊、掠夺，这些都是跟野兽有什么关系？只差在是人在文明的时候，什么叫文明？有知识、有文化来约束我们的行为。当这些都没有的时候，我饿了肚子，自私的心态就来，我就必须去抢、去夺，为了什么？生存。那就是人类之间的战争。那这个 virus 给我们的警惕就是告诉我们，人类之间就是要互相包容、互相爱。 不要有自私的心态，自私会带来人类的劫难，就是这样来。日本脑炎为什么德国人不生气？为什么日本人不生气？甚至像百利，利百吧，不是百利病，利百是从一个城市出来，还有一个汉他，也是一个小城市出来，是这样利民的，但不代表它是个传染源。那我们就要把这个东西是告诉人的警惕，是从哪里来都不重要，而是我们怎么预防未来的事件再发生。
没错。
就如同 SARS 一样。为什么 SARS 会发生？从哪里来？不是从动物上来，人类去吃动物，甚至这一次是吃蝙蝠。
黑死病也是。
对，黑死病也是。
老鼠。
是老鼠。
跳蚤。
对，还有猴子。
艾滋病、伊波拉。
艾滋、伊波拉，这都是人类去掠夺动物的生存，它的生命所遭到的后果，是人类要反省。真的是人类要反省，这不能怪任何人。
从现在哈，如果每个人都能尽释前嫌，过了一期，哎，就算了。大家从现在开始，对不对啊？就说已经面对了，那大家好了，都有犯一些错误的。
只有这种包容，只有爱，才能化解很多的仇恨。
对呀。
不然的话，我在仇视你，你在仇视我，你美国人在仇视中国，中国又在反抗你。
对。
反抗你的仇视也只有敌对，对川普也没好事。
对了。
那川普是个商人，他只以赚钱为主。所以他就是要赚钱，他有没有考虑到别人的利益？没有，人家讲说无奸不成商，你说中国人就是那么的有智慧，为什么会有这句成语？无奸不成商，他就是奸，对不对？
Right now, with this whole situation happening in the world, I feel like as much as people don't want to believe, I feel like right now is the time to reflect, stay home. Like, if you want this thing to go away, because at first I was in denial, but it's just like, if China was able to do a full-on lockdown and people had to stay home, and now they're like, don't really have much of a rise in the virus with the people, it just means that right now, stay home. Like, come all together and understand, like, people are in need, a lot of people are dying, don't be selfish. In the sense of people are taking everything from the stores, water, buying sanitizer, masks. If you're staying at home, you don't need 10 gallons of soap. You don't. Leave it for the people that don't have it. It's just like right now, it's a time to reflect, stay home, and understand that if we stay home and when we're going out when necessary, and we're just being mindful of others. So it's just my on IG. And like he's saying to his friends, like, just be careful, because one of his friends got beaten up in the street. I was like, what the fuck? And then I saw like videos online, like this lady, it was in the subway in New York, this lady was like, Asian lady was walking by, and the guy, he was running after her and like beating her, and no one was doing anything. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, you're literally recording and you're not doing anything. And I was just like, I don't know if I was in New York, because I wasn't, I didn't see that, but if I saw that, I would have just like helped her, because it's just like, that's so fucked up. Like, and you're a guy, first of all, you're a guy hitting a woman. Let's just start off like that. And then there was also another man in San Francisco, an older Asian man, and then they're like group of men like surrounding him, and I think he was just like picking up like plastic, and they were like taking his plastic and then hitting him and saying like the Quran. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, first of all, he can be anybody's grandpa. And I was just like, first of all, like, you're hitting an older man. Like, what the fuck? He did nothing to you. And like, people, I don't know, but I just feel like, obviously with this president, the shit that comes out of his mouth, some people that are stupid believe it and then just like do stupid things. And I just feel like what they're doing is not right. Because when people saw, like, there was a video online showing like a man, I don't know if it was in China, but it was somewhere in Asia, he was eating a bat, and they said that that's where it came from. So now they assume that all Asians have it. It's an Asian thing. And it doesn't make sense, because if you're here in America, how the fuck do you have the corona? It's that guy who has it or whatever. Like, I don't know the whole situation, but it doesn't make, it's like saying, like before they used to say like black people, Africans have Ebola. If it came from Africa, I'm here for 3 years and it came out last year. How do I have Ebola if I haven't been home for a year or 2 years at most? Like, so that's how basically, I'm just comparing the two. That's how what people will talk about and say like, oh, all Africans have AIDS. It's like, I'm here, I don't have AIDS. I have family back home, they don't have AIDS. Yes, there is a large population of poverty rates where people do have AIDS that don't practice safe sex, but doesn't mean everybody has it. There's a large population that has it, but it's not everybody that has it. So Black people and Asian people can get it too.
那你假设你今天去了美国，你会怕被攻击吗？就因为川普说的那个言论，会，因为他们看到蛮多新闻。
我觉得一部分的错归类于世界卫生组织，我觉得他们公布资讯太慢了，就是就算没有世界卫生组织的话，大家应该就是关心时事，然后去看看其他国家是怎么防疫的，就是真的不能说这个病毒就是自己就会好，对啊。
Kind of, she thinks that she is the best ethnicity, like she thinks she's the best group in the community, and she thinks that Asian people are just worse than them. But I don't think that, because maybe it's because of the education or something, because they focus on the Germany things. They think that Germany is powerful and they don't even hurt the country Taiwan. But even though you don't like me, I sometimes I know people who comes from country that I don't even heard of, but I respect them. So the most important thing is that
我觉得希望就是大家可以撑过这个难关，然后就是如果就尽量不要外出，然后就多洗手，然后多运动，让自己比较健康。然后希望大家加油。
I really hope people actually stop tying politics or talk about politics when there's a bigger problem to solve at hand right now, because there's really no reason to solve or talk about politics right now, because first it will never be solved, and also there are actually a lot of people dying every single minute, and there's actually a bigger problem to solve at hand in general. And also I really hope people stop the racism and blaming, or like just the whole thing about blaming Asians of bringing the virus, because right now the people that are actually suffering, or the countries that have been suffering more, are actually just any country from the Western world, because they never been through this and they really never listened, because this virus actually started in December and it actually started spreading in Europe and America like 2 months ago. It's just that no one really ever listened to Asians when people have been started wearing masks, and they've been underlooking everything, and that's why things have been happening. And when right now, to be fair, honestly, like, because Asian countries have been through a lot of different viruses in the past, so we've been through this, we knew what would be happening, so we actually took pretty good measurements on preventing the virus from spreading. So a lot of countries, even including Korea, Japan, China, Taiwan, have been stopping the virus. Like, the amount of people that are tested positive have been decreasing, and we still have enough masks, and people are really considerate of other people. So I really think, and I really hope, a lot of people from the rest of the world can take this as an opportunity to actually learn and know that really everyone is the same and everyone could get the virus. It's really not Asian community over exaggerating, or it's really not Asian community having a poor healthcare, because in a sense, to be honest, I actually do feel like Asian community right now have a better health condition, better healthcare, and that's actually also the only reason I flew back to Taiwan, is because I only had to pay $5 on taking a test, whereas if I stay in America, I have to pay $3,600 for a test that I have to wait for a really, really long time. Whereas in Taiwan, I only have to wait for 15 minutes, and everyone is really careful on what's happening, and I feel a lot safer.
People can really stay home and wear a mask, not to just protect yourself and protect others. And I feel like stop attacking people.
Yes.
Not only like where they wear a mask or anything, just try to focus on your own country's issue and try to like not to compare this country to that country and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
International assistance and cooperation is definitely one of the most priority at the moment. It's like the most important thing now, and I feel like as like a tiny little citizen, I wish everyone can show their respect towards whoever she or he is. And yeah, because we can't do much at the moment, so I guess we can just stay calm, be respectful, and trying to help those who are around us. Yeah.
Like the virus is not like eliminated completely. Hopefully it's like under control and we feel safe to stay there and go to school and everything kind of like been normal.
I hope people around the world can wear masks like when they get out, and wash your hands, and yes, wash your hand when you get back home.
我希望大家可以共体时间，就是将国家的安全放在第一顺位，减少一点就是可以，其实很多东西都是可以牺牲的，像娱乐还是什么的，就是将保护自己的同时，就是在保护其他人。
就是大家做好勤洗手，然后戴口罩，然后少出入那个公共场合，然后呢，最重要的就不要出国。我觉得就是出国只是在就是害到别人也害到自己，就是你有可能在出国的时候就是染上什么病毒，然后回来又再传染给别人，然后就让一个国家的就是病毒散得越快，然后传染的越多人。
So wearing mask is very important factor on preventing the spread of coronavirus. And other is to maybe stay home more often, not hanging out with friends, and like to maintain the social distance when you're hanging out with friends. But just stay home. Like, and that's.
Are you aware about a lot of racist attack after Trump mentioned Chinese virus?
哦，你对于就是川普在讲完那个中国病毒之后，然后很多人受到歧视，你是知道的吗？
我知道。
你要讲英文。
I know.
然后那个，那你有什么样的看法
？So, as I mentioned, calling the coronavirus Chinese virus is kind of inappropriate because it's about like the entire Chinese races. So, Chinese race. So, it's kind of racist, and I don't think that's appropriate for a United States president to state those kind of phrase in front of the world. So I think it's inappropriate.
And are you afraid that 说你会不会害怕，就是说如果你回去美国会被 racial discrimination？
Yeah.
继续说为什么？就这边。
So calling it a Chinese virus could allow entire like Asians to get races from other people, and so I'm definitely kind of being scared about it because I'm one of the Asians, and there's a lot of Asians in the United States. Those kind of American-born Chinese or Chinese or a lot of different people out there. So I think people are definitely gonna be scared about it, being racist, definitely in the United States.
当然就是情报要公开透明，对，就是第一时间要让其他国家发生什么事情，所以用最快的速度去做应对，不要说等到事情都炸开来了才开始去做最后的补救，但基本上都是来不及。像现在的情况就是这样子。希望大家可以共同携手越过这次的难关。
好，感谢。
I would really hope people stop pointing fingers. I mean, yeah. I guess instead of blaming which country's fault it is at this time, it's probably more effective to just figure out a way to cooperate and help each other. If you really want to find out who is to blame, you can do that after the whole thing.
In outside the world will be bullied even more. Like they are already getting enough bullying. Like just I can't imagine how serious the problem is, because for me, I always stay in Taiwan. I never go out, and I rarely go out because I know that this kind of things will happen eventually. But because of this coronavirus, some Taiwanese people choose not to come back to Taiwan because they think that it will affect the people in Taiwan. They don't want to be shouted. They don't want to be blamed. So they stayed in the foreign country, but that is not their home. And in that place that is not your home, and you know no one, and then you got bullied, it's not fair. Like she stayed there because she wants her country to be good. She wants everything good for Taiwan, and then she stays there and she get bullied. You don't even know her intention, like her innocent. Maybe she's innocent, maybe she didn't even have the virus, and then you just generalize every people, and it is wrong. Like I heard something about, there was a friend of mine in Germany, and she didn't dare to wear a mask because German people will think that she is the virus. And right now, when Asian people wear masks, they want to protect other people and they want to protect themselves. The foreigners think that, oh my god, did you just get out from the hospital or something? Then why are you wearing masks? I know that for foreigners, it's really unusual for people to wear masks because they think that, why do you cover half of your face? Are you guilty or something? But it's not like that. In our culture, in Asian culture, we just think that it's really normal for people to wear a mask because if you're sick, wear a mask. But in other countries, if you have cancer, wear a mask. Ironically, cancer don't even, spread. So why do you do such things? Trump, like Chinese virus? Like, I'm a student, but I know that this phrase is no good to the Asian people outside. It's racist. Yeah.
And what do you hope that everyone in the world could solve this epidemic together?
I think that countries that have, for example, like America, China, Taiwan maybe, because we have like good medical system, and China have money, America have money, they have good people, they have experts, professionals. If we can all work together to have a better solution, like the vaccines, maybe the vaccine will be produced sooner. If we just fight against each other, the vaccine will probably develop in a year or 2 years later, and it will get, I'm saying real, like if this coronavirus lasts like 1 year or 2 years, this will not be good. There are already so many people dying in every country, and this country, like America, China, they're blaming each other. Like China is blaming America for bringing the virus, and America is blaming China for having the virus, and it's not easy for people who are dying to know these things, because the people who are dying, what they care the most is if they can live or not. What I care most is if we can live or not. If human race are able to last or not. Will we extinguish? We don't know about that. So I think that if we have enough techniques, if we collaborate with each other, we will have the solution sooner. But if the countries, the governments are just want to fight against each other, then just wait. Wait, wait for miracles, something like that. Yeah.
We can be not ignorant to other people's problems. When we see that someone is struggling, we can help people if we can. I guess one of the most important things is to stay home and take care of people in our family. There are a lot of volunteer work for people who are above age of 65 years old. Some like young people can bring them groceries or anything from pharmacy, so they don't have to leave their house. I think it's really nice when people do that. It really shows that they care, and it shows that humans are trying to be mindful of each other, and in this difficult time for all the world, because I feel like it is a problem of every nation. We are all struggling with that. Our lives have changed. Yeah, I think we should support each other. We should try to create a safe space to protect people around us, to be at home, to sanitize, to wear a face mask, gloves, and yeah,